Hey everyone, I'm Sian and welcome to Crystal Clear Tarot. Today we're exploring one of the most joyful and uplifting cards in the tarot, the Four of Wands. This card is a beacon of abundance, celebration and fulfillment. It's that beautiful moment when all your hard work finally pays off and you can take a step back, breathe deeply and really enjoy the fruits of your labour. If the Three of Wands was about anticipation and looking towards the horizon, then the Four of Wands is the arrival, the celebration, the homecoming. That moment when you realise, yes, I've built something stable, lasting and worth celebrating. This card is a promise of joy, stability and community, and it carries such a warm, radiant energy that when it appears in a reading, it's often seen as one of the happiest omens in the deck. So let's dive into the meaning and symbolism of the Four of Wands. In the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, the Four of Wands shows four wands standing upright, decorated with flowers and ribbons, forming a kind of arch or canopy. Beneath this, we can see people celebrating joyfully, raising flowers or garlands, and dancing in harmony. In the background, there's a castle, a home, or some kind of structure that symbolises security, abundance, and long-term stability. Everything about this imagery speaks of celebration, community, and prosperity. It's not just a fleeting party. It's a recognition of having built something solid and enduring. And because the wands are tied to the element of fire, creativity, passion and ambition, we know this joy didn't just fall into place by accident. It's the result of effort, vision and dedication. At its heart, the Four of Wands is about celebration after hard work. It masks those milestones in life where you can pause, reflect and truly appreciate how far you've come. This could be a wedding or an engagement, moving into a new home, graduating after years of study, launching a project or a business, or simply reaching a point of inner peace and stability. It's that moment where all the passion and energy of the wand suit has created something lasting, a foundation that can be built upon. So when this card shows up in a reading, it's often saying, stop, celebrate, acknowledge your progress. Because sometimes we're so busy moving to the next thing that we forget to enjoy the milestones along the way. The number 4 is also key here. In numerology, 4 is the number of stability, structure and security. Think of a table with 4 legs, balanced, steady and supportive. Think of the 4 elements, earth, air, fire and water, creating balance in the natural world. Or the 4 walls of a home, shelter, safety, foundation. In tarot, the fours often represent a pause, a moment of grounding and stability before moving forward again. So with the Four of Wands, that stability is joyful. It's not stagnant, it's celebratory. You've built your structure and now you're enjoying what it allows you to experience. One of the most beautiful aspects of this card is the theme of community. The Four of Wands isn't about celebrating alone, it's about coming together with others to share joy. The imagery of people gathering under the garland speaks to weddings, reunions, festivals and community events. It tells us that true abundance isn't just material, it's also emotional. It's about belonging, love and togetherness. This card encourages us to share our success with others, to invite our loved ones into our joy, and to recognise that we thrive when we come together. The Four of Wands is also deeply connected to the creative and spiritual life. Because it's the Wands suit, it reminds us that celebration doesn't just come from external success, but also from the creative fire within us. This could mean reaching a stage in a project where everything just finally clicks, or experiencing that rush of inspiration that makes you feel alive and aligned. There's also a sacred undertone to the imagery. The garland can resemble a ceremonial arch, suggesting sacred unions, rites of passage, or spiritual milestones. So in readings, this card can speak to soul-level celebrations, spiritual awakenings, deepening relationships, or reaching harmony with your higher self. So let's talk about the castle in the background. The castle represents security, abundance, and home. It's the strong foundation that supports this celebration. It reminds us that the joy of the Four of Wands isn't fleeting. It's grounded in something solid. This card is saying you're not just celebrating today, you've built something that will last into tomorrow. When the Four of Wands appears upright, it's a powerful sign to celebrate your achievements, big or small. Recognise the milestones on your journey. Gather with loved ones and share joy. Trust that the foundation you've built is strong and will support you into your future. It can also point to literal events, weddings, engagements, new homes, family gatherings, business launches, anniversaries, moments when people come together in love and recognition. So what about when this card appears reversed? Reversed, the Four of Wands can indicate delays or disruptions to celebrations. Maybe an event has been postponed, or your plans are taking longer to come together than expected. It can also point to a lack of harmony. Perhaps there's tension in the family, or you're feeling disconnected from your community. Sometimes it shows up when someone feels like an outsider, unable to join in the joy. On a deeper level, reversed, it asks, is your foundation truly stable? Maybe there are cracks that need to be addressed before you can move forward with confidence. But the message is not negative. It's about patience and reassessment. Delays are not denials. The joy of the Four of Wands is still available. It's just that you may require a little more work, healing, or time to align. So to sum up, the Four of Wands is a card of abundance, joy, and celebration. It's the moment when you can step back, breathe, and recognise the beauty of what you've achieved. It speaks of stability, harmony, and community. The joy of knowing you've built something lasting and worth sharing. And when reversed, it reminds us that even if delays or disharmony arise, the promise of joy and fulfillment is still there. It's just waiting for the right moment to manifest. At its core, the Four of Wands says you've created something beautiful. Celebrate it and share it, and trust that this foundation will continue to support you as you move forward. Thank you so much for joining me today for this deep dive into the Four of Wands. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next tarot deep dive. And I'd love to hear from you. What does the Four of Wands mean to you? Have you experienced a Four of Wands moment recently? Please share your story in the comments below. I always love reading them. Until next time, celebrate your milestones, honour your journey, and keep your spirit shining bright. Bye for now.